Hi, welcome back. I hope you are doing well today. And this is the review part of our lesson where we review everything that we have learned up until this point. And to get us started, we're going to do a little phonemic awareness, some playing with sounds in words. So I'm going to say a word and then ask you to say the word without saying part of it. So say meek, but don't say So meek without is eek. Say hide, but don't say I'd. Say love, but don't say ooh. Of. Say loan, but don't say ooh. Own. Say gate, but don't say g. Eight. Say poor, but don't say p. Or. Say shawl, but don't say sh. All. Say paid, but don't say p. Aid. Say she's, but don't say sh. Ease. Say nice, but don't say ice. There you go. And in each of those words, we were taking off that beginning sound and saying what was left of the word. Let's do our sound card. So you tell me the sound that the letter or the chunk makes. So in this one, we're reading the whole word. Glass, working on that GL blend. Glass. Sink, with that NK blend. INK is our chunk, ink. Black. Sung, working on that NG, ah or O. Or Z. I consonant E says I. A. B. Ch. A or A. D. Y. All. I or I. X. A or U. E or E. Honk. Qu. Sank. Sh. W. Plan. J. K. K. And what is our rule for CK? Long spelling right after short vowel. So we use a CK at the end of a word after a short vowel. Skip. Okay. Let's get ready to write. Now you've practiced saying the sounds and writing, and when I've showed them to you, now we're going to practice writing the letters that make the sounds that I'm going to say. So number one, we are going to do 10 of these. So number one, write down the blend that you hear in flop. One way to write the blend in flop. And what did you write? FL. FL is our blend in flop. Ooh, and I am writing on my dry erase paper. I am not actually writing on my wall here. Number two, the blend at the beginning of clap. One way to write the blend at the beginning of clap. And what did you write? CL. Ooh. Number three, one way to write the chunk in sunk. Sunk. The chunk that we hear in sunk. And what did you write? U-N-K, says unk in sunk. Number 4, one way to write the chunk that you hear in song. The chunk that you hear in song. And what did you write? We hear O-N-G in song. Number 5, one way to write eh. One way to write eh. And what did you write? E. Stretch it out if you need to. E, Eddie, eh. Number 6, 3 ways. 3 ways to write the sound k. 3 ways to write k. And what are our 3 ways to write k? C, K, or CK. We know the C says k, K says k, and CK says k right after a short vowel. Excuse me. Number 7, 2 ways to write A. 2 ways to write A. And what 2 ways do we know to write A? A by itself, or A consonant E. Number 8, one way to write Y. One way to write Y. Did you write Y? Y says Y at the beginning of a word. Number 9, one way to write the blend at the beginning of swim. One way to write the blend at the beginning of swim. And what is our blend? S, W, S, W. And last one. One way to write the blend at the beginning of snip. One way to write the blend at the beginning of snip. And what blend did you write? S, N says S, at the beginning of snip. Give yourselves a pat on the back for writing all of those letters for the sounds that you know. Let's practice reading words with these sounds now. You read it. If you need to sound it out, and then say it again smoothly. And then I will say it so you can check your answers. Neck. And why does neck have a CK at the end? Long spelling right after short vowel. That E says eh, so we put CK at the end. Bake a cake as fast as you can. Bake a cake as fast as you can. We have A, consonant E says A. We have just a K because our A is saying its name. It's a long vowel. Here we have our ST blend. Tyke. Sound it out with me. T-I-K. Tyke. I, consonant E says I. Chunk. Ch-a-n-k. Chunk. CH is a digraph, 2 letters that make one sound. And K is a blend because you can still hear that k. Skunk. Staff. There's our floss rule. Single closed syllable ending in F, and we're going to double that F. F, L, and S we can double at the end of a closed syllable word. Single closed syllable. Staff. Honk. bunk, flag, pile. Sound this one out with me. P-I-O, pile, P-I-O, pile, and we know that E is silent. Plum, P-O-A-M. Remember, you can hear those two sounds. It's two sounds. P-O, plum. Blot, rake, stag, rung, stud, clunk, ring, plot, mic, and we know an uppercase letter indicates that this is somebody's name. Mike is a name because it has that uppercase letter. Thank, rink, black, shake, Blake, and again we know that this is somebody's name because it has an uppercase letter. Click, wink, slack. Okay, let's get ready to spell some of these words. Number one, get your pens and paper ready. Number one, the word is slink. Slink. Remember to say the word after me. Sound it out. Use your fingers if you need to, and write the word as you spell it. Let's sound out slink together. S-O-I-N-K. Slink. How did you spell slink? Slink. S-L-I-N-K. Slink. Number two, flock. Flock, as in a flock of geese, a group of geese. Flock. Remember to listen to your vowel sound in there. And how did you spell flock? F-L-O-C-K. We've got our blend at the beginning. F-O-A-K. And how did I know to put a CK at the end? My O was saying ah. I heard the ah sound, short vowel, so I had to use the long spelling. Number three, speck. Speck. I see a speck of dust. Make sure you sound out that vowel. Think about what sound it's making and how did you spell speck? S-P-E-C-K. And again, my E is saying eh, so I'm using the long spelling. Number four, steak. Steak. This is not the steak that you eat. This is a stake like you might stick in the ground to hold up a tomato plant or to start a fence, a stake in the ground. Or you might have to stake down your tent. Let's sound it out. Steak. So how did you spell steak? S-T-A-K-E. Steak. And how did we know that it was K-E? My A was long. It was saying its name. It said A. So I have A, consonant E says A. Number 5, lime. Lime. A lime is green. Lime. Then how did you spell lime? L-I-M-E. I heard ooh, I. My I was saying its name, so I have I, consonant E says I. Number 6, slung. Slung. The elephant slung water all over itself. Slung. Let's sound out slung. S, oo, ung. How did you spell slung? Slung. S-L-U-N-G. We have our chunk and our S-L blend. Now, onto our sentence. This sentence has 6 words in it. So if you need to, draw 6 lines. Make sure your lines are big enough to write a word on. And then put your pencil down and look up here. Our sentence is, take a small hunk of rock. Take a small hunk of rock. Say that with me. Take a small hunk of rock. So think about the sounds that you hear in those words. Say them and spell them to yourself. Use your fingers. If you need to, pause the video and finish writing your sentence. If you're ready, go ahead and check it with me. Our first word was take. A, uppercase T, because it's the beginning of my sentence. Ache. I hear the A say its name, so I'm using A, consonant E. T-A-K-E. Take a small. Think about the chunks that we hear in there. How did we spell small? S-M-A-L-L. That all chunk with our S-M blend. Take a small hunk. Yeah. H-U-N-K. H-U-N-K. Take a small hunk of, how do we spell of? That should be a sight word by now. Take a small hunk of rock. Rock. How do you spell rock? R-O-C-K. Because what sound did our O make? It said ah, short vowel. So we're using CK afterwards. And then, of course, I need a period at the end of my sentence. One more sentence. This one only has 3 words. So if you need to, make your 3 lines. And my sentence is, I smell slime. I smell slime. Think about the sounds that you're hearing. What blends do you hear? And if you're ready, let's go ahead and check it. If you're not ready, pause it and finish your sentence and then start again when you're ready. Our first word was I. Always capitalized when we're talking about ourselves because we are important, and always capitalized because it's the beginning of a sentence. So 2 reasons to capitalize it. Smell. S-M-E-L. How did you spell smell? S-M-E-L-L. Floss rule, single closed syllable ending in L, we're going to double the L at the end of the word. I smell slime. S-O-I-M. How'd you spell slime? S-L-I-M-E. S-O-I-M. And my I says I, so I need my I consonant. E says I, and of course A, period. Or maybe you're really excited because somebody just made slime and you're really excited about it, so maybe you'll use an exclamation point. That would work too. So, nice job. Here are our passages for today. A skit, remember a skit is a type of play. So go ahead and read that. Pause it and finish. What was their skit about? Can you retell that to me? Can you summarize it? So go ahead and pause and read that. And when you're ready, unpause it and go to the next passage, a junk pile. Why do you think there was so much junk in that pile? What do you think Jack will do in the future? So pause it and read that. And I will see you again soon to learn something new. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.